Okay, well, this is going to be a different kind of a video, but one that it surprised me. This is the Benchmade Narrows. Now, I have heard all the stuff about the Narrows. I've heard about the price point. I've heard about the materials used. I've heard about all the different people that have criticized it and they don't like it and all this other stuff. And to tell you the truth, I kind of was like, wow, maybe they have a point there. Maybe this knife really isn't worth all that money. And I really kind of came into this review a little bit prejudiced and was like, I don't know if I want to like this knife or not based on everything. And that's the wrong way to go about things, because you know what? Once I got this in hand, I really kind of liked it. And I'm not a Benchmade fanboy. I have reviewed Benchmade knives. This came to us through Zach's stuff through the Apex group, and thank you, Zach, for letting us check this knife out. I have to tell you, this is the kind of knife that, I'd say most of my audience is going to say right off the bat, no. They're not even going to look at it because of the price. Which you have to admit, Smoky Mountain Knife Work is carrying this for $522. It's $580 on the Benchmade website. And what are you actually getting for that 580 some odd dollars? What you're looking at is a drop point blade made out of M390 Bowler steel. It is 3.4 inches for the blade. You're looking at 4.5 inches for the blade for the handles, when it's closed. All titanium handles. You get a new design axis lock, which is using a lock stud and a torsion spring, which eliminates it having to have steel liners and omega springs. So this is a whole brand new design on the axis lock. As you can see, open construction. You have the little blue, I think it says, I don't know if it's just anodized or if it's a coating or whatever, but you have the blue hardware, and it's just it's a good looking knife, I got to tell you. Coming in at a weight of 2.4 ounces, this thing is incredibly light, has a deep pocket clip. You're going to have just this little bit of a nub going out here. You get a lanyard hole. Definitely a drop shut action. Comes right out. You can flip it right on out of there, or you can slow roll it. Very nice action. Like I said, when I first got this knife, it was like the kind of knife that I was like, this is going to be kind of a joke, blah blah blah. But it's really kind of cool, and I wanted to give you guys an option. If you're like me and you don't regularly spend $500 plus on a knife, which would be me ever, I did have an option that came to me as a gift from Mark Kaufman. And this knife it's an older design. It's been out for about, I don't know, 11 or 12 years. This is the Boker Plus Titan, which has a blade of 440C, titanium handles. It's got a not deep clip, but it's got a nice pocket clip on it. It is a mid-lock. You can break it if you want to. I always get nervous doing that when my fingers are in the way of the channel. That's always a good advice, especially for you, Randy, is mind the gap. Don't put any meat in that, and you won't have to worry about it. But even if I have to close it with two hands, that's fine. But for a knife that is basically about the same size, similar styling, similar materials, at least titanium handles and stuff, you can generally find these for $100 or less on the secondary market. And I would think that this would be fine. As far as I know, I'm the third owner of this particular knife, because Mark got this used, and but it did remind me a lot of the Narrows. And so I just thought, well, you know, if you're going to show a super expensive knife like that, at least have an alternative for, you know, guys like me that are counting their pennies and don't always have a lot of money to drop on just one knife. So there you go, guys. I hope that helps. All I can tell you about the Narrows, like I said, to me, it's a cool knife. I kind of agree with everybody that for titanium and M390, this is a little bit overpriced for me in the market, even with the redesigned lock. I think that this is a $200 knife all day long. I don't think it's a $500 knife, 500 plus, but Benchmade is positioning themselves to be a premium US maker, and that's fine, and I get it. And of course, this knife, the Boker Plus, this is made in China, but you know, Boker has never really had any issues with you know, having different factories all around the world. It's just one of those things. You know, you have to decide: is it worth it to you? Is it do those materials justify its price in your mind? And it's up to the buyer. I'm not the buyer in this case. I'm glad I got to handle it. I'm glad I got to say, hey, yeah, I've felt one, and I think it's a cool knife. And I think if you can swing it, you might really be happy with this. But you know, like I said, if I bought a knife and it was $500, it'll never leave the house because it'd just be too dear to me. I would not want to use it. I wouldn't want to slice it. I wouldn't want to do anything with it. But this is a cool knife. I would like to see this style axis lock trickle down to something less expensive. I think that would be a really good move. I love the way that this feels in hand. It's really a very nice knife. Oh, if I didn't tell you, this weighs a little bit more. This is 4 ounces, and this guy's right at 2.5. But you know, like I said, for similar type materials, you can shop around, and I know you can get M390 in less expensive blades. You can get titanium on less expensive knives. You know, so like I said, it's up to the buyer. Is it worth it to you? That's the price they're setting it, and you know, we're gonna have to, like they say about anything in the marketplace, you know, if the marketplace will support that price, then that's, you know, what the going rate is going to be. Whether it's worth it or not to you is another story. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for this one. But hey, I did the best I could for you. Gave you an expensive knife. Gave you a little cheaper alternative. All right. You guys have a great day, and we will talk at you later. Bye.